Well, good morning and welcome to Central Arkansas on the campus of Benton High School. The 1A state finals here tonight, or pardon me, this morning. Taylor playing Westside in a battle between two foes here. Taylor's won 4 in a row, trying to make it 5. Westside's only championship came in 07. Just about set for for softball. Pardon me there. And I'm JV Brazil, alongside me, Derek Walton.
JB, excited to be here in the 1A state finals. Taylor coming back this year after a 4 in a row state championships. Taylor today keys for winning. Bats have to show up. They're a very powerful team, and we will see what happens here as they start the game.
1 ball, 1 strike to count to the top of the lineup for the Tigers. The Tigers lineup will look like this. Carly Downs, Ayla Buford, and Heidi May will be the top third of the order. Lauren Leonard, Maggie McHenry, Madison Lindsay will be the middle third as that one's popped up and skied to deep center field. Center fielder Thompson's over, though, in the gap, makes the catch. And the first out of this 1A state final is recorded. A fly ball to center field there from Downs, who's a very dangerous hitter. As we continue the bottom third of the order, Michaela Downs, Reese Fowler, and Madison McClelland for the Taylor Tigers.
Like we were talking, JB, Taylor has to show their bats here. They're a very powerful team, and we will see what they're able to do here in the top half of the inning with their first batters. Also, Taylor, a very young team, and so we will see if these underclassmen can act like upperclassmen today and bring home another state championship for Taylor.
You talk about the youth. The batter right now is the freshman pitcher, Ayla Buford, who is, you'd be deceived with her youth, but my goodness, she's electric in the circle. She's also got a good average as well. She's hitting .348 on the year with 2 long balls, but she's down in the count of ball 2 strikes right here. 1-2 pitch misses down and away to even the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the circle for the Eagles is McKenna Bettle. She's a senior. She's a veteran, trying to lead her team to a state title for the first time and for the second time in school history. First time since 07 as that one's poked foul left side.
JB, Bettle has 47 innings pitched this year. She's given up 14 hits, 34 walks, and she has 100 strikeouts. So Westside will definitely lean on her to hopefully keep the Taylor bats in the dugout today.
This is one of those games where you expect a close one, as we saw in the first 2 games in softball. That one misses up and in full count now. Cabot fell to Bentonville 3-1 yesterday in the nightcap, and then in the mid-afternoon game, Tuckerman took home the title against EPC 6-2 as Buford's called out on strikes. Outer half, watched it go. 2 outs in the top of the first, and Biddle's an out away from working a 1-2-3 inning.
A huge strikeout for Biddle there, JB. Obviously, Westside really trying to tame the first part of Taylor's roster, and they did that there.
Is that what misses up and away? Let's check Westside defensively today. Over at third base will be Mandy Smith. The shortstop is J.C. Corpier. Harness is over at second base, and Smith plays first base. So Smith, Corpier, Smith, Harness, and Smith from left to right on the infield is the 1-0 pitch misses downstairs, 2-0. Parker, Thompson, and Baker from left to right in the outfield, the catcher's Finch. And McKenna Bettle is in the circle, trying to work a 1-2-3 inning. She got a fly out to center to begin the ball game, and then a backwards K as the 2-0 misses upstairs. So Derek, after retiring the first 2 batters with ease, she's fallen behind 3 balls, no strikes.
Yes, Taylor trying to get their first base runner of the day. Obviously trying to get something started here in the first inning.
3-0 pitch, got to find the zone, and she does in her half. Called strike 3-1. You look at this Taylor lineup, they got firepower all across the lineup. Leadoff hitter Downs has 9 home runs and a .541 average. Biddle did a good job retiring her, but then right now you got Leonard hitting .479 with 3 home runs, and then McHenry, or May, has got that. That one's fouled back to to run the count full. Leonard on deck is who I was trying to talk about. She's hitting .439 with 11 home runs. Just all up and down this lineup. And you could say the same thing about Westside. We'll talk about that in the bottom of the inning, but offense is key for both of these teams.
Heidi May brings a lot of base running experience too, very quick around the bases, so hopefully if she can get on, and there she goes. She'll get on base here and look for her to possibly steal second base here as Taylor will try to get something going with 2 outs, get a runner to scoring position. She's very quick on the base path.
Well, right on cue. I mean, you talked about her getting on the base path. She did that. She's on the base now, so if you're Westside, you got to be careful with her speed, but even more so, you got to be careful with Leonard at the plate, who leads their team with 11 long balls. They have got some pop in this Tiger lineup. First pitch fouled straight back.
We did see May kind of take off there, so like we said, we do look for her to steal. Leonard, probably one of the more powerful hitters, like you said, JB, on this lineup. She has come through big this year for Taylor in some big-time situations.
As that one's popped up, foul back over us. Now it's no balls, 2 strikes. So Biddle got the first 2 with these, worked the count back full to May after giving the walk, but she's ahead 0-2 on Leonard, and that's exactly what you want to do with a dangerous hitter at the plate.
If you're Biddle, you do not want to give her anything she can hit.
And that's it. Strike 3 called. Biddle works around the 2-out walk, and we're underway. Top of the first is over. We head to the bottom of the first. No score as Westside gets out of the inning unscathed. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Softball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports. We'll be right back.
Can you see her greatness? When you attend her games, when you cheer her on, or when you participate in any way, you support your community and make it better, and you will see her greatness. Join us as we pledge to increase the visibility of women's sports in our communities. It makes a difference when we all are involved. At Everett Buick GMC, we proudly support our local female athletes and encourage you to do the same. See her greatness.
This month in Passport on the PBS video app.
Of creativity and intelligence that is civilization's greatest gift.
Was outburst of tear gas.
The real story of the March to Selma.
She became aware of the power of television to misinform people.
Maybe a re-examination of what is normal is in order at this point.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS video app.
Able to put up a 0 spot as we look at the batting order for the Eagles, pardon me. It'll be Sam Courpierre, Lacey Baker, Mandy Smith, top 3. In the middle third, Alyssa Smith, Ellie Thompson, and Lolly Parker will be the bottom third of the order, and they look to try to take the lead here in the bottom of the first against Taylor. A reminder, Taylor's won 4 consecutive state titles, trying to make it 5. Westside's only state title came back in 2007. They're trying to claim it today, or pardon me, this morning, as we head here to the bottom of the first.
Let's talk a little bit about our starting pitcher, Ayla Buford for Taylor. She is a freshman. Talked to her before the game, and she actually last year got to be the manager as an 8th grader. So she is thrilled to be back here in Benton, pitching and leading her team in a state championship.
Well, as a freshman, she's electric. Earlier in the year, she was a walk away. She gave up a walk, and she was a walk away from throwing 3 perfect games in 1 week. As a freshman, that's electric. She's going to be playing this game a long time.
Talking to Coach McHenry before the game, obviously her main strength, she has to trust her defense. She told me that her defense, her infield, she trusts. She knows that if the ball's put in play, they're going to back her up. She also, her favorite pitch is a changeup, and so look for her to throw that a lot today. She tries to lead Taylor to another state championship.
Courpierre's hitting .487 on the year, no home runs, 16 RBIs batting from the left side. 1-1 from Buford, outside and away. 2-1 hitters count now for the leadoff hitter for the Eagles as they look to try to jump on the board first in a scoreless ball game in the bottom of the first.
Courpierre, a sophomore. She is batting .487 on the year, so a great leadoff hitter for Westside. Hopefully she will get something started here in the bottom half of the first.
She leads their team in average as he lines that one foul over the third base dugout. Count evens up now at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Maybe she also leads the team on base percentage for the year. So she will find a way, like you said, the count 2 and 2, she will find a way to get on base.
And that's what you look for at a leadoff hitter, top of the lineup. Get on base, produces runs. That's what you want, especially here in the 1A state title game. Buford 2-2, tapped to the plate. And I tell you, we're going to mention this a lot throughout the broadcast. We anticipate, as all these games have been, very, very close. Taylor's on a 14-game winning streak, Westside 11-game winning streak. Only one team's going to come out of here with a win and end their season as state champs. We expect them both to put it all on the line. 2-2 from Buford. And delivery. That was off speed. Hey, great job there from Corpier to able to battle and fight that one off. That's a tough pitch. Buford likes to go to that a lot. Gets a lot of hitters out in front.
You're right, JB. You know, a 2-2 count, you just got to stay in there, foul it off, and live to see another pitch, and that's exactly what she was able to do there to stay alive.
2 balls, 2 strikes once again. The 7th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. To Corpier, the leadoff hitter for the Eagles. 2-2, chop to third. Nice backhand by May. The throw on the money. That's exactly what you're going to see all day long with this defense from both sides. May with a backhand and a great throw across the diamond for the out.
We talked about it. JB Buford said she loves to pitch to her defense, and we see right there a great play. Throws over to first for out number 1.
So the leadoff batter's retired for the Eagles. 2-hole hitter Lacey Baker. She comes in here batting as a freshman, hitting .342, but she has 2 home runs and 18 RBIs, Derek. Pretty good for a youngster. And that's a strike of the knees.
Westside has 2 freshman starters today, the 2- and 3-hole hitters. See if they can contribute for the Eagles today.
And that's a good sign of success for a program when you've got players from all up and down the lineup of all ages. Both sides have that as that one's fouled back 0-2 now.
JB, I know we've been watching a lot of softball and we'll continue to watch a lot of softball this weekend. That's really one thing I think that sets the 1, 2, and 3A apart from maybe the bigger classifications is you get to see some freshmen in a big stage come in and see what they're able to do for their team. And so really neat to see two freshmen for Westside making the start today.
Trying to battle. Here's Baker. 0-2. Buford trying to get her to chase up and away. Would do it. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count now.
Beautiful day here in Benton. A little windy, breezy, but cool. Sun's behind the clouds. Hopefully we can continue to have a little bit of a mild day.
Well, the early morning has a little bit to do with that. I say early morning. It's not that early. 10 o'clock. First pitch. 76 degrees at first pitch as well. So beautiful day here at the park. The 1-2, there's that off speed we talked about. Man, she pulled the string. Out in front was Baker, and 2 are gone.
That is a nasty pitch, JB, and she, like I said, she told me she likes to throw the off speed, the changeup, and breaking ball. She was able to get a nasty pitch there for a, like you said, just absolutely, there's the replay, wow. Great pitch for out number 2.
And here's the deal, even if you don't swing, that's right down the middle, so it's a strike either way. Great job there from Buford. 3-hole hitter Mandy Smith will bat now. And she waves in, misses at the first one, and falls behind 0-1. Buford gets ahead.
Smith, that other freshman we were talking about, batting .294 on the year. She'll try to get something started for Westside here in the bottom half of the first.
So after the top of the first in Biddle, got the first 2 retired, but then gave up the walk. Now Buford's trying to work a 1-2-3 inning against her counterpart there on the other team. She's ahead 0-2 on the 3-hole hitter.
Great pitching. We'll see if she can go 1-2-3 here with the 0-2 count.
Key to success has been filling up the strike zone and mixing up your pitches. Buford's done that early. 0-2 pitch, trying to work a 1-2-3. That one's down in what would be the dirt, the turf here.
That's a good pitch on 0-2. You're ahead. Don't throw her anything she can hit. Obviously the 3-hole hitter, really good stick for Westside, so just try to get her swing and a miss at something low.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Smith will have to battle. Here it comes. Fouled off right side. And hey, if there's something you want to do, both these pitchers are very, very good. If you're a hitter, you got to be disciplined, make them work a little bit, work the count, and try to get them tired up a little bit so you can get some pitches you like. But Buford trying to work a 1-2-3 inning right here. The 1-2, and it's popped up, foul again. You know, we've seen that's been a theme really from this whole tournament here in the state final. Even yesterday, we've seen a lot of really disciplined hitters from all ages, senior to freshman. It's good to see that even this level, we're expecting a good game of softball, and we certainly have gotten that early.
Well, it's the state finals, and you know they play great ball through regional state tournaments, and obviously the goal for every team is to make it here.
As Buford strikes out, Smith, wow.
She's really good.
Both pitchers dealing early, but Buford gets a 1-2-3 home half of the first. We played 1 full here in Benton in the state title for 1A. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships of Arkansas PBS. We head to the top of the second. We'll be right back.
me take you for a ride on the baseline.
Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville share the mission of Arkansas PBS to enrich and empower all Arkansans. Community, dignity, respect. That's what Me Banking is all about. More at mebanking.com.
Since 1976, McCormick Equipment Rental and Sales has been equipping Arkansans for the tough jobs, construction equipment and rentals, service and sales, and a proud underwriter of Arkansas PBS Sports.
Top of the second here in Benton, Arkansas. As we look again at the lineups, went over that a little bit. But, Derek, you look at a couple of hitters in this lineup. This Tiger offense has got some power.
Absolutely. We see Carly Downs leading off for Taylor. We saw her last inning. Buford, May, Leonard, McHenry, Lindsey, Downs, Fowler, and McClelland.
And Leonard struck out looking to end that top of the first inning, so it'll be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters to bat here in the top of the second. McHenry, Lindsey, and Downs, and Fowler will bat if anybody reaches. First pitch from Biddle to begin the top of the second. It's a called strike, 0-1. Both pitchers get ahead early. They like to throw strikes, and good things happen when you fill up the strike zone.
You know, we talked a little bit about Taylor's successes. Westside today obviously needs to focus on playing fundamental softball. Can't make a lot of errors against a really good Taylor team. Biddle needs to play their defense, right? Like you just said, throw strikes, throw that ball in the zone, make Taylor put it in play. And then obviously Westside needs to put the ball in play. Obviously need to get some base hits in order to beat a really good Taylor team.
0-2 to McHenry, up and away. That one wasn't as close, so not as enticing for McHenry to get a swing. You know, look at McHenry, hit .452 on the year with 3 home runs. The only players in this Tiger offense without long balls or the 8-9 hitters, Reese Fowler and Madison McClelland. If that goes to show you anything, as that was ripped to short, bobbled by the shortstop. Going to have to hurry, low throw, gets away for the first baseman Smith. Heading to second base is McHenry, and she'll dive head first in safely. We have, Taylor has their second base runner of the game, but our first base runner in scoring position on the morning.
And we just talked about it. Westside's got to make sure they don't commit that right there. That was charged an error to the shortstop. Tough play, though, for Westside. Taylor, obviously now runner in scoring position, going to try to break the game open with the first run of the game.
Lindsey stands into bat now as that one was recorded as a hit. They call it an error on the throwing, or on the throw there from Corpier. And it's 1 ball, no strikes now to Lindsey, the 6-hole hitter. As that was a called strike to even things up. Hey, if you're Westside, just got to stay calm and collected. Don't try to do too much. Biddle on the circle, going to try to limit the damage as that one's waved at and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I think you can say about this Taylor offense, 1 through 9, they can all hit the ball. And so if you're Westside and you're Biddle, just attack here. Let's get out number 1 and move through the lineup.
An attack she does. A wave and a miss there from Lindsey. That's exactly what you need after giving up the infield single. Runner still at second base with 1 gone as Down come to bat.
JB, great composure there from Biddle, right? Give up an error. She gets to second. You're able to come in and strike someone out and get out number 1. So great job by Biddle to bounce back.
She's a senior. She's showing her veteranship right there. She got that strikeout. There's a foul ball off from Downs, but I'm telling you, even that ball that she just gave up, probably the sharpest hit ball we've had here in this early game from McHenry. Shortstop Corpier tried to make a play on it. Obviously, it was going to be tough anyhow. But no balls, 1 strike to the 7-hole hitter. The left fielder Down, swings and drives that one to left field. That ball could go off the wall. That's going to be extra bases. They're going to wave home the runner from third. The throw is going to go to the pitcher, and we have the game's first run. Taylor with a couple of hits in the inning. Michaela Down with a double off the wall.
Wow, what a hit. I mean, you kind of made it on the call. I thought it might go over the fence, obviously large fence here in Benton, but what a hit to score the first run. Great RBI from Michaela Downs.
Well, the error does come back to be costly for the Eagles. and it's 1-0 here early. And Taylor still has a runner in scoring position. Now, if you're Biddle, we've talked about composure, still got to attack the strike zone. And the first pitch does. They try to throw behind the runner downs at second, but gets back in with that attack. It's 0-1, the count now to Fowler.
We saw Mandy Smith there coming up, trying to defend the bunt. She's playing really close right now, and there's the bunt right there.
And it's bunted foul. So now with 2 strikes, do you see Fowler still attempt to bunt here?
Don't think so. I think with 1 out, I think she'll try to get a base hit and score the runner from second. I don't think you would bunt in this situation.
Fowler's a sophomore hitting .286, does not have a home run. But typically, like you said, with 2 strikes, you don't usually see him still trying to bunt. She's not. That one goes over the catcher's head. Back to the screen. That will allow Downs to move up a base to third on the wild pitch.
Fowler, last year, played in the state championship game. She had 1 run in last year's finals. If
you're Fowler here, just a ground ball in the middle infield will get a run home, but a strikeout won't, as Fowler waves and misses for the 2nd out of the inning. Hey, Biddle can get out of this with limited damage if she can get the 9-hole hitter, Maddie McClelland.
It was a great pitch, high in the zone, made her swing and miss, and so 2 outs now. Hopefully she can retire this batter here and get out of the inning with just 1 run.
The runner at third is Downs, doubled home a run in this inning, moved to third on the wild pitch. It's 1-0 though to the 9-hole hitter McClelland. With 2 gone in the top of the 2nd of this 1A state final matchup. Taylor looking to make it 5 straight. Is the 1-0, 1-0 misses high. 2-0 now count. Westside 1-1 back in 07, trying to make it their 2nd in school history.
McClelland really good at putting the ball in play. She looked for her to make something happen here with 2 outs.
2 balls, no strikes. A hitter's count. McClelland misses up and away again. Now it's 3-0. Here's what you don't want to do. You got the top of the lineup. As far as average goes, the best hitter of the Taylor lineup in Carly Downs waiting in the on-deck circle. Got to be careful with a 3-0 pitch. Don't want to put McClelland on and face Downs. And she will. That one gets away from the catcher. It's ball 4, but Michaela Downs will have to stay put over at third base, and it brings in the top of the lineup for the Tigers and a very dangerous hitter in Carly Downs.
You're exactly right. Batting .541 on the year. See if she can't drive in Taylor's 2nd run of the day. She's 0 for 1 today.
She flew out to center to begin the ball game, but I'll tell you, she's got 9 home runs. That's 2nd best on the team. She's got some pop as she takes the first pitch for a called strike, 0-1. Hey, it's going to be interesting to see how Biddle pitches around that. That's a good way to start, though. Get ahead early on a very dangerous hitter.
You want to get ahead. You want to be able to throw some off speed. You want to throw some maybe some balls out of the zone, and you're not able to do that when you're behind. So
that's right. You want to be in control of the count and be able to throw what you want to throw. 1 ball, 1 strike, runners at the corners, 2 gone. Downs waits. That one's driven deep left center field. Center fielder's not going to be able to get there. 1 run comes in to score. They're going to hold McClelland at third. Into 2nd with a double and an RBI is Carly Downs, and the Tigers are up 2-0 as they brought in a couple here in the top of the 2nd.
You called it, JB. Downs, a great hitter for Taylor. Obviously a great base hit. Bounced right in front of the center fielder. She's able to get another RBI for Taylor.
It's 2-0, and the 2-hole hitter Buford, the pitcher, got a chance to help herself out. Waves and misses at the first one. Buford struck out looking her first time up, trying to reverse that here in this at bat.
Trying to get another RBI here with a runner at third and 2nd.
As the 0-1 is a little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike, as that one just missed upstairs.
Look for Taylor to be really aggressive here. You've got runners, like we said, at 2nd and 3rd. Want to break this game open. See what she does here.
The 1-1's a great pitch. Outer half called strike to Buford, and it's 1-2. The home plate umpire, this one is Chris McKellips. Bill Fry's the first base umpire, and Sean Branford's over at third base to call this 1A state final. The 1-2, Buford foul tipped into the catcher's mitt, and that is strike 3 to end the top of the 2nd inning. But Taylor scores a couple of runs on 3 hits. They lead it 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the 2nd. 1A state final here on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Thanks, George. Appreciate it. At Big Red Stores, we're always proud to sponsor, support, and partner up with many events and activities throughout the community. Among them, high school championships throughout the state of Arkansas. At Big Red Stores, our team members are always ready to assist you to make your visit with us a pleasant one. And at Big Red Stores, we recognize that none of our support or ability to serve the community is possible without you. That's why at Big Red Stores, you're always the MVP of the Big Red team. Big Red Stores, now more convenient than ever.
We never gonna stop. We never gonna stop.
Fans, experience the action all over again next week. Watch all the championship games at youtube.com/Arkansas PBS. Let's take a look now at the defense for Taylor. In the outfield, we've got Downs in left, Leonard in center, Fowler in right. Buford obviously pitching, Lindsey behind the plate, May at third, Downs at short, Leonard at second, McHenry at first.
As we head here to the bottom of the second, hey, Taylor jumped on Biddle to take a 2-0 lead. Westside went 1-2-3 in their home half of the first, their second at bat of the game, trying to muster up some hits and try to get something on the board to equalize here with Taylor.
And Westside, you obviously want to score here. You've got to get the game close. You don't want it to get out of hand early.
And that's a way to do it. Chopper to the hole at short. Diving play. The throw's wide. Biddle's going to try to move to second base. Will we have a throw? We will. It's not going to be in time. Hey, that's a lot like we saw the last inning begin. A ground ball to the shortstop, a single, then a throwing error, and that puts the Eagles, a runner in scoring position.
One of the keys that we had for Westside was put the ball in play, and we saw Biddle do that right there, and good things happen when you put the ball in play.
And that's exactly right. And you could say that at any level especially, but my goodness, put the bat on the ball. That ball was hit sharply off the bat of Biddle, arguably their best hitter in the lineup.
Katie Davis is going to come in and run for Biddle as a courtesy runner. So obviously some speed there. We'll see if Westside can get something going with a runner in scoring position.
Courtney Finch, the senior, coming into bat, 395, got a home run, 28 RBIs, rips that one hard to third, and they got to have Davis. Davis trying to advance to third base, and they tag her out.
That is the last thing you want to happen if you're Westside. You got a courtesy runner. You hope that they wouldn't make that mistake. That ball hit right to that side of the infield, and an easy play, just tag her out, and Westside loses their runner in scoring position.
So 6 unassisted on the fielder's choice ground out. Over at first base is Finch, and it brings in the 6-hole hitter, second baseman Kendra Harness. Buford with that slow off speed. They try to throw behind the runner at first, and it was awfully close. But diving back in was Finch.
We talked about the experience of Taylor. Lindsey thought she was off a little bit too far off the base, and she threw down. It was a close play. Good heads-up play by the catcher.
Harness at the plate, an 0-1 count as that slow off speed was tough to handle. 0-1, fouled outside the first base bag, and now it's a no-ball, 2-strike count. So hey, Buford's done what she's done all morning long. Got ahead of hitters. She's done so again here with Harness and a no-ball, 2-strike count.
Buford with 2 strikeouts so far. She's only given up 1 hit.
She's got 1 out of the inning after giving up the infield single and the error. A fielder's choice ground out. Got that lead runner. They throw behind the runner at first. Finch, it gets away. That's another error. That allows Finch to go to second, now going to third. And the throw's not even going to come there. Finch takes a wide turn at third, and she'll hold up there after the miscue from the Tigers. Now, a ground ball in the infield might get a run home.
We saw an error by Westside, which obviously gave Taylor their first run of the game, and now an error by Taylor, which gets a runner on third with only 1 out. So we'll see if Westside can take advantage of a runner.
The Tigers playing back up in the middle infield, so you got to hit the ball mostly. You're not going to get a run home if you hit it to the corners. You're going to have to hit that ground ball up in the middle of the infield. A deep fly ball would also get a run home. Obviously, a base hit would do the job as well. 1-2, that was a great foul off with the catcher with an excellent dive. Didn't make the catch, but how about Lindsey laying out and almost made a great catch.
You know, the catcher's a leader of your team, and she really laid out there, tried to get the second out. That would have been a huge out for Taylor here in the bottom half of the second inning, but a great effort by the catcher. diving. That's hard to do, JB. You got to get your mask on. It's bobbling everywhere, dive, and almost come up with a catch. Great effort.
On top of that, just a very athletic play as well to just even have a bit on that. But hey, how about the at bat there from Harness to fight it off? 1-2, trying to do a job. The pitch, just a little bit outside, up and away perhaps as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
It's a good call. She tried to frame that on the outer half of the plate, but a good call. Ball was outside, and it's 2-2 now.
And home plate umpire Chris McKellips was all over that. He has kept his zone consistent here early, and the call was outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 gone. Runner at third here for the Eagles as Buford delivers from the circle. Fouled at the plate once again. That is something we've seen here early. A lot of foul balls, a lot of good contact and discipline as Westside's trying to get on the board.
Yeah, Harness is just trying to stay in there. She's just trying to keep the count, trying to find a pitch that she can put into play and hopefully get an RBI.
2 balls, 2 strikes once more. Buford taking some time as she finally takes the rubber. Runner at third's fenced, moved up on a throwing error after she reached on a fielder's choice. 2-2 pitch to Harness. Fouled at the plate once more.
Threw a fastball inside there. Tried to jam her. See if she comes back with a breaking pitch here on a 2-2 count.
Good crowd on hand, Westside. From Greers Ferry, made the 91-mile trek down south to Benton. Taylor, 130 miles away from the high school, made their trek up here. They went north. Both teams meeting in the middle in Benton. Taylor had a little bit farther trek. 2-2 again to Harness. That one's up and away, full count.
Big opportunity here for Harness.
And how about the at-bat right here? She's fought off some very difficult pitches from the freshman Buford.
She has, and it's like we talked about. It's a huge opportunity right now for Westside. Don't know how many opportunities you're going to have with a runner at third. Only 1 out. Obviously want to get that first run.
Contact is a must. The payoff pitch is up and away. A walk of work, too. No run comes in to score, obviously, but there'll be runners at the corners for the 7-hole hitter, Alyssa Smith, the first baseman.
What a great at-bat by Harness. She stuck in there. She was down in the count, got it back to 3-2, and then a walk. So obviously a huge at-bat for her. We'll see the 7-hole, like you said, Alyssa Smith come in and see if she can't maybe get an RBI here for Westside.
If you're Taylor and Buford, you're trying to keep something low in the zone and trying to get Smith into a double play ball. First pitch from Buford. Chop to the right side. First baseman. That's going to allow a run to come home, perhaps. The throw home is late. So the job is done on the RBI. Ground out there from Smith.
Finch hesitated coming home, and it almost cost her. Almost got a double play, but a great first run for Westside. Obviously, to get 1 run there, you hate to leave this inning without a run. So big 2-out hit.
That run is unearned due to the error. 2-1 now, though, as Taylor is up by a run. Westside cuts the deficit in half with a runner at second base. Now a base hit could tie things up as Ellie Thompson stands in. And she takes that slow, looping off speed just outside the zone.
I wish we had a gun here because that was a super slow pitch compared. That's her changeup compared to that fastball that we saw her throw inside just a batter ago.
Thompson has 6 RBIs on the year, trying to make it 7. 1-0 pitch from Buford. That one misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Hey, and ever since we've seen some of the errors, we've seen Buford fall behind in some counts.
Yes, she has. She was obviously right on top of things in the first inning, 1, 2, 3. Struggling here just a little bit. Obviously, defense gave up an error there that ended up scoring that first run. But see if she can't battle back and get this third out.
Yeah, that's really difficult. A lot of times errors lead to bigger things, and that's been the case here. This one is that one's found outside first, 2-1. I think that's something that's overlooked a lot. As a pitcher, sometimes when you're dealing and your team makes some miscues perhaps and you kind of get rattled a little bit, it's a huge mental game and it's tough to keep your composure, but Buford trying to battle back in this it's a 2-1 count.
Talk about the mental game. One thing I really enjoyed when I talked to her, just how much she trusted the defense. And so when you trust them that much, they give up an error. Hey, you look to the next pitch. You move on, and they get the next batter.
And that one misses down and in, 3-1. We heard the chattering and the cheering for the crowd. Thought it might be a strike call for the Taylor faithful, but
well, I think the umpire kind of jumped a little bit. I thought they thought he was calling a strike, but it definitely was not a strike.
Well, that's what I was going to be surprised about. 3-1 hitters count for Thompson. Will she dig in for something she likes? Buford delivers, and that one is low, ball 4. That is the second walk given up by Buford in this inning. That brings in Lolly Parker, the left fielder.
Runners at first and second. Westside trying to take advantage of a great opportunity right here, and we'll see if they can get another run and tie this game.
They've already scored once in the inning after Taylor put up a 2 spot at the top of this inning. Westside retaliates with one of their own, trying to tie things up as Lolly Parker swings and misses at the first one, strike one.
Parker, 11 RBIs on the season. Had a great tournament, though. In postseason, she's got 7. So she really has had a great state tournament, regional tournament. See if she can't add to her RBI total.
She also has a home run on the year. The 0-1 way out in front of that one from Buford. That one was filthy.
That is nasty.
And Parker couldn't connect. Now going to have to protect at the plate. Here's what Buford's good at. When she's got an 0-2 count, she is really good at. Her 2 strikeouts have come on 1-2 pitches, and so she likes to waste one here, and then she can really do some damage.
Yeah, this next ball should not be in the strike zone for Buford.
The 0-2, and right on cue, that one misses up and away. But that's a chase pitch. That's what she's trying to do. She's got an 0-2 count. She's going to throw it out of the zone, try to get you to swing and miss. Both of her strikeouts have come on 1-2 counts. That's where Lolly Parker's at right now. Going to have to battle to keep from striking out. Runners at first and second, 2 gone. Buford takes the circle. And the 1-2 delivery. That one was not close. Bounced at the plate. Evens the count up at 2-2. Yeah, I would imagine that's not what Buford tried to throw there.
No, it definitely slipped out of her hand. I tell you one thing Westside's done this half inning that's been really good is they've been patient. They've gotten behind in counts. They've gotten ahead in counts. They've walked twice. They're not swinging at junk, and obviously as a pitcher makes things a little more difficult.
Things are even up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. There's a swing and a miss. Buford gets out of the inning and only gives up a run on a hit. There was an error as well. 2 base runners left. We played 2 full here early in Benton, Arkansas. Taylor leads it 2-1. You're watching the 1A State Softball Championships here on Arkansas PBS Sports.
This month in Passport on the PBS video app.
I'm sorry.
Too late. She loves her job.
She loves you too. Introduce my dear friend, Miss Lamb.
Did I notice you smile? Certainly not.
Downton is catching up with the times we live in.
This calls for a toast. These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS video app.
My name is Al Lopez, Papa Rap in the house. I live in Northwest Arkansas via Puerto Rico. Been here since 1994, desde 94. And really, Arkansas PBS is the one that has taught me about this great community that we have here. Wonderful, beautiful, so much programming, tanta programación for children, for grown-ups. Porque es el canal de Arkansas. This is a real Arkansas channel.
At the top of the third, we had 2-1. Taylor leads it as they bat here to begin. 3-4-5, May, Leonard, and McHenry. And Madison Lindsay bats if anybody can reach. May walked her first time up on a payoff pitch. She was the first base runner of the ball game. As we've got a little bit of a hold up here. And home plate umpire finally gives a signal. And May will take the batter's box. The third baseman's already made a nice play today. Pops his first pitch up, foul out of play.
Like you said, May walked her first time up. Try to get something started here for the Tigers in the top half of the third inning.
A reminder, Westside on an 11-game winning streak. Taylor's won 14 straight. And in this one, only one team going to come home with a win. I tell you, we've said this earlier, Taylor's won 4 consecutive.
They have. And so I talked to Coach Courtney McHenry before the game. This is actually her first year coaching Taylor. She is a third-grade teacher. Also coaches the volleyball team, started that program 2 years ago, and she said she's just excited. Obviously a little nervous to carry on the tradition of being here at the state championship, but she said she is excited, and the girls have worked so hard all year. and she's just excited to be part of a great program.
Well, that indeed she is, and if her volleyball program's anything like softball, they are darn good ones, I tell you. 1 ball, 1 strike to the 3-hole hitter, May. That one's hit up the middle, shortstop ranging to her left. That's Corpier. Throw to first. That's money. That is a very difficult play, but Corpier made that one look easy, and the leadoff batter is gone.
Great play by the shortstop to move to her left, field it cleanly, and get out number 1 for Westside. We talked about it. Fundamental softball is going to help win the game.
As he brings in the cleanup hitter, Leonard down. Struck out looking her first time up. This is a very dangerous hitter, hitting 439, 11 long balls. First pitch up and in, 1 ball, no strikes. Biddle does not want to foul behind Leonard. Leonard, a dangerous hitter with the leadoff batter gone, though. Bases are empty as Biddle attacks once more. 1-0's in the dirt low. 2 balls, no strikes. And when I say dirt, I mean turf, because there is no dirt here at the High School of Benton.
It's a beautiful complex, isn't it? Turf,
oh, sure
fields. Baseball's right behind us, where we'll play the next game at. Soccer's football stadium's right to our left. Just a beautiful complex, beautiful place for the Weekend of Champions, where we will crown champions in baseball, softball, and soccer.
Well, Biddle is behind 3-0 here. Cast to come with a strike and does 3-1. But hey, you're right. This complex is about as good as it gets, especially at this level. It's absolutely gorgeous here. They've done a really nice job here at Benton High School. 3 balls, 1 strike though to the cleanup hitter Leonard. Biddle got to be careful, and she gets a big pitch when she needs to. Leonard waves and misses. Counts full now.
How about Biddle? Behind 3-0s, battled all the way back to 3-2. She'll try to get out number 2 for Westside.
This is her second full count. Last time she walked, and she does so here. So the base on balls for Leonard puts a base runner aboard.
I actually think, JB, she might have hit her. I'm not sure. We'll see how they score that one.
Well,
if it was a hit by a pitch or a walk. But regardless, she's on first with 1 out.
That's right. We're going to look at the replay here. Not sure if it bounced. You know, here's the deal. And that's the worst time to get hit with a softball, baseball of any kind, whatever. When you got a 3-ball count and you get hit with 1, it's going to be ball 4 anyway. So you just definitely want to try to get out of the way.
Baseball, JB, did you step in or did you kind of jump out?
I definitely took some. I was the guy that leaned my elbow out there a little bit.
Really?
Well, allegedly. That one's the called strike of the knees, 0-1.
You struck me as the guy that might run away from it.
Some might really think that. It's my alter ego, other side. No balls, 1 strike to McHenry. Runner at first, the lead. That one swung on, skied to right center field. Could be trouble. Right fielder Baker going back though and over. Shoulder makes the catch. A bluff move there from Leonard, trying to move up to second, but she'll stay put. 2 gone now, and Biddle got a big out.
Lacey Baker, great job in right field. You know, sometime right fielder doesn't get enough publicity there, but did a great job when called upon. Ran to her right, behind her, and made the out.
And that was not an easy catch there, just shy of the warning track.
Oh, very windy here in Benton today, too, so that should affect those balls, high pop-ups in outfield.
And you look at the right fielder, Baker. She's over there every play trying to back up that throw at first base. That is really great to see if you're Coach Jeff Smith. 1 ball, no strikes, though, to the 6-hole hitter, Lindsay, with a runner at first base, 2 gone. That one's waved at and missed to even the count. They'll try to throw behind Leonard at first, but to no avail.
Lindsay struck out her first at bat. She'll settle in there with a 1-1 count and see if she can't move a runner over from first.
Coming into the title game, Lindsay's hitting .500, and that one's waved at and missed. Has 3 long balls as well, but she's trying to keep from striking out for the 2nd consecutive at bat.
You know, we talk about Buford, but Biddle is pitching very well today. We've seen her get behind. We've seen her have Taylor's had people in scoring position, but she's battled back and only given up 2 runs here. Just a great job by Biddle so far.
And that one nearly hit her up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They're playing Lindsay deep in the outfield, just shy of the warning track. But the 2-2 swung on and missed, and Biddle strikes her out to end the inning. 2-1 after 2.5 here in Central Arkansas. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. Westside trying to tie or take the lead. You're watching the 1A State Final Softball Championship on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Sports is so important to this state and the fabric of the state, and I appreciate Arkansas PBS doing all the state title games, and that makes it available for not just the fans in Central Arkansas, South Arkansas, but fans around the entire state. I can only think of the kids in small towns, and this is the biggest moment maybe in their sports careers, and they have that keepsake of having that game on TV to have with them the rest of their lives.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car to your first home to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
Every year, we recognize outstanding Arkansas student athletes who have made a mark in the classroom as well as on the field. In the 1A division, we're spotlighting Abby Simmons. And Abby from Amarillo High School, shortstop and pitcher. She's a senior with a 3.3 GPA. She's going to attend Arkansas Northeastern College and major in business management as we head here, bottom of the third. 2-1, Tigers lead it. But Westside trying to get something back here and tie things up or jump ahead.
We've talked about both of these schools and their softball tradition. We talked about Westside winning their only state championship in 2007. Taylor, state championships in 2021. We didn't play in 2020 because of COVID.
That's right.
2019, 2018, 2017, 2013, 2012, and 2025 finally. So obviously Taylor's storied softball program and going to try to get their 5th in a row.
Well, here's the deal. You know, I've mentioned this before, but doesn't matter how many times you've been to the state title game, the nerves are still always there. I imagine they've kind of dissipated at this point in the game as we're at bottom third. It'll bring in the top of the lineup, Corpier, Baker, and Smith. The second time through the order for this Eagle lineup. Chopper to shortstop. Curly Downs, high throw to first. Did you get the foot back down? Indeed. And the leadoff batter's retired. 6-3 on that putout.
Wow, McHenry had to jump up. Foot came off the base, and she's able to get the foot back down for out number 1. Great play by the tall first baseman, able to get that ball as we watch it right here in the replay.
It was close, but definitely
right there.
Definitely got that foot. Hey, how about that first base umpire, Bill Fry, with an eye on that, making a great call. 1 gone, 2-hole hitter standing in now, and there's a swing and a miss there from Lacey Baker, who struck out her first time up, 0 for 1 today.
It's one of the reasons why you want a tall first baseman, somebody that can reach. She jumped up and made that play.
She's got 2 home runs on the year, 18 RBIs as well. But down in the count, 0-1 to the freshman. 0-1 pitch from Buford. That one misses low to even things up at a ball and a strike. Again, Buford, earlier in the year, she gave up a walk earlier in the year in a game, and if she hadn't given up the walk, she would have completed 3 perfect games within 1 week. Regardless of how you put that, that's uberly impressive for a freshman nonetheless. 1 ball, 1 strike to Baker. The pitch. Swung on, popped down the right field line. Right fielder diving. That's a fair ball. Couldn't make the catch. Baker's going to try to wave it in for a triple. The throw, it's not going to be in time. Came off the bag a little bit. It was close, but the third base umpire, Sean Bradford, was all over it. He calls her safe, gives her time as well. Hey, that's a big hit there for the sophomore with 1 gone.
A big hit. Like we said, put the ball in play and good things happen. As she's rounding second, we'll see it here on the replay. She slides, a great slide, a good pop-up slide. The problem is she switched feet, and when she did, she came off. Umpire said that the tag was not on when she switched feet. So good base running, though. Quick way to get to third base on a triple. And nonetheless, Westside's got a runner at third with only 1 out.
You look there at Reese Fowler, the right fielder. She gave a full effort trying to dive and make the catch. The problem is once that one landed fair, it was trouble, and the triple there with 1 out.
And we see Coach going over there and talking to the third base umpire. Don't blame her. It was a bang-bang play. From here, it was interesting because, like I said, she popped up and she switched legs. And so from her vantage point, a lot of Taylor fans thought that maybe she was out, but the tag umpire said was not applied. So they've got somebody at third base with only 1 down.
As Smith tries to lay down a bunt, trying to bring the run home. They're trying to get it on a run down. They throw to third base. It's not going to be in time. Trying to move up to second. They bluff the throw, getting back. No, it's safe at third. Wow, there was a lot happening on that play, but how about Lacey Baker over at third? She bluffed the move home after the bunt. The pitcher went home with it. Tried to throw behind her, didn't get her. The runner moves to second. The third baseman bluffs the move to second, and then tried to get Baker off the bat.
I was about to say, I don't really know how I'm going to replay that other than let's just watch it. A lot of throwing around by Taylor there. A great play by the third baseman right here. She fakes the throw, even faked our cameraman out there, and almost got her again.
So now runners at second and third, one gone for Biddle. Arguably the best hitter in their lineup. Leads the team with 5 home runs and also leads the team with 31 RBIs. If you're Westside, this is the gal you want up.
And this is the time. 1 out, 2 runners in scoring position. They can really take their first lead here with a base hit, and we'll see if Biddle can come through in the clutch for the Eagles.
Buford with 1 out in the inning really needs a big out here against a tough hitter in Biddle. That one's popped up on the infield. Shortstop going back. Backpedaling, makes a great catch, and that won't allow anybody to move up. Great play by Carly Downs to go behind her, makes the catch, and there's 2 gone now, and it'll all be up to Courtney Finch if Westside's going to be able to try to tie or take the lead.
You're exactly right. Big play by the shortstop there, backpedaling and making the catch, keeping those runners at third and second, and also keeping the lead for the Taylor Tigers.
That bunt by Smith was a fielder's choice, Rich. So he's 0 for 2 now. It brings in the 5-hole hitter, Finch. Grounded out, 6 unassisted her first time up, reached on a fielder's choice. And the first pitch misses up and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Boy, we've got a good one here early. I say early, it's top third now. But 2-1, Taylor leads it.
No doubt, Buford behind here. She needs to just settle down. The freshman needs to get her composure, know that she's got great defense. We've seen that this inning here from Taylor. Settle down, throw a strike here, get back ahead in the count.
Finch, one of 3 seniors in this starting lineup for Westside, trying to do a job as Atwood sliced foul off the third base dugout. Caro's back on the field, 1-1 the count.
There's a start, 1-1 the count. Battle back, see if you can't get out number 3 and keep the lead.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 gone, bottom 3. And a winner taking the state title. Taylor trying to make it 5 straight. Westside trying to make it their second in program history, first since '07. There's a tapper out in front of the catcher. The throw to first ends the inning. Lindsay to McHenry, and Taylor works around.
Steep pitch.
And that's tough. Buford gets the out. Great pitch when she needed to. And Westside not able to capitalize. So we go to the top of the 4th, 2-1. Taylor leads it. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships in Arkansas. PBS Sports.
Hey, I'm Rick Steves. You know, I don't go anywhere without my passport. Thanks to PBS Passport, you can watch all my travel specials. This exclusive streaming service is just for our members. Not only can you see all my shows, but you can see thousands of hours of your favorite public television shows. Become a member today.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville share the mission of Arkansas PBS to enrich and empower all Arkansans. Community, dignity, respect. That's what Me Banking is all about. More at mebanking.com.
1, 2, 3, turn up! Whoa. It's going up in here! Let's go!
It's election season in Arkansas. Arkansas PBS provides election coverage you can trust. Tune in live for primary results and analysis Tuesday, May 24th, beginning at 7 p.m.
Yeah, top of the 4th, we had Taylor coming to bat here again. We anticipated this one to be a close one and a good one, and it certainly has delivered. 2-1, top 4. Yes.
No, you're right, JB. Great game so far. 2 great teams. Leaving it all on the line for a state championship.
And Biddle out into the circle with the first pitch here, and that one's popped up to the second baseman. Harness is there, makes the catch, and Michaela Downs is the first out of the 4th. Reese Fowler and Maddie McClellan will bat next.
7-8-9 for Taylor. They're going to see if the bottom of the lineup, like we've talked to Coach, she said 1 through 9 can hit it, and we'll see if Taylor can get something started here now with Fowler with 1 down.
And the left-hander stands into the box. Biddle delivers. Thought about bunting. Third baseman came charging in. That one misses down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Fowler 0 for 1, struck out her first time up. Bunting again here. That one's going to be caught by the first baseman charging in. That was Smith, Alyssa Smith coming in, and there are 2 gone just like that.
What a play by Alyssa Smith, rather. Running in and just sticks her hand out and makes the catch. Great athletic move there. To see the bunt late, if you see it there, run in and just reaches out, makes the snow cone grab for out number 2. Great play by the first baseman.
2 gone now. Maddie McClellan walked her first time up on 4 pitches as Biddle delivers, has 5 strikeouts on the day, and delivers a strike on the outer half there, 0-1. 2 runs on 3 base hits, 2 errors for Taylor. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error for the Eagles of Westside. 0-1, big swing, foul tip into the catcher's mitt. 0-2 now the count.
Westside had a really tough road to get here. They beat a great Mount Vernon team, beat a Wonderview team, really good in 1A. So they're up for the task. They're ready to see if they can get it going in a quick 1-2-3 inning for Westside.
Biddle gets the strikeout, and you're exactly right. Taylor goes 1, 2, 3. We've played 3.5 here in the state title game. 1A state championship on Arkansas PBS Sports. We'll be right back as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
There's well over 2,000 Arkansas rice farms. 96% of them are family owned and operated.
It's all about building community.
The results we've been seeing have been very promising.
I grew up watching the farm, knowing every detail about it.
If you take care of the soil will take care of you.
It helps us to give back to the land and make sure that it's going to be there for future generations.
Every community has a story to tell, and if somebody will tell it, it'll be interesting.
You know, I think sports are really big to a lot of people, and because it's an important part of our fabric in our community. And the one good thing about what I've seen is it's high quality production. You know, you think of the small communities all over Arkansas, it's a big deal that they can turn on the TV or DVR or whatever and know they're going to get a quality product. And so I think it just expands the focus of what PBS is doing. You know, Arkansas PBS is doing a great job, and I think it's part of education.
Celebrate game day under the arches. Access to tons of benefits through our rewards program are available today on the McDonald's app. McDonald's, we're loving it.
Bottom of the 4th, we had Taylor still up 2-1. It'll be 6, 7, and 8. Harness, Smith, and Thompson. Parker bats if anybody reaches in the inning.
Starting to warm up here in Benton. See people drinking that good Big Red water down there. Thank you to Big Red for all their help around here.
Been some good one. We got a couple up here in the booth as well. That's a foul off Harness's foot. 0-1. Harness walked her first time up on a payoff pitch. Now Buford on the day, she has 3 strikeouts. She also has a couple of walks as well, but she's ahead 0-1 on Harness here. Harness is senior, hitting .262 with 10 RBIs on the year. The 0-1. Hit softly, foul outside of the first baseline. Coming in was McHenry, but she touched it in foul ground. Now it's 0-2 to Harness.
Like you said, Harness walked her first time up. Behind in the count. See if she can battle back. Get a base runner here for the Eagles.
They play her at standard depth on the infield, normal depth in the outfield as well. 0-2 to Harness. Buford trying to strike out the leadoff hitter. And indeed she does. Backward skay as Harness watched it go. The leadoff batter's retired, and Buford gets the leadoff hitter to begin the home half of the 4th as Alyssa Smith made a nice play on that bunt attempt. Comes to bat now.
That is 4 strikeouts for Buford on the day. She's walked 2, only giving up 2 hits so far. She'll continue to battle. Hopefully battle Taylor all the way to a state championship.
And Buford delivers to Smith. First pitch popped up in foul ground. Will it get out in to the stands? And indeed it will, outside of reach from the first baseman to the catcher. 0-1 the count now to Smith. Both teams have pitched well, but Biddle and Buford in the circle. It's been a pitcher's duel early, 2-1 the lead for Taylor. Westside has had a chance in that bottom of the third, trying to create a chance here in the fourth. 0-1, there's that slow off speed. Boy, that is tough and nasty. Smith can't catch up, or can't connect, pardon me. It's 0-2.
I don't know about you, JB. I would not want to try to hit that.
Well, when you go with that,
take it.
Well, that's exactly right. I mean, that's just a tough pitch to even see out of the hand, and then let alone try to put a good swing on. It's all about timing. She throws that off with that off speed.
She come back with the fastball here.
Indeed, she does, but it's not quite hittable. Misses down and away. Smith lays off. It's 1-2 now.
One thing about both of these teams, they're very young. Only 3 seniors playing today for Westside. We've got a 4th that's injured. We talked about the freshmen that are playing for Taylor earlier, but just 2 really young squads.
1-2, nearly hit her. Inside, Smith standing tall. Took it, just didn't nick the jersey. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count now as Buford struck out Harness to begin the bottom of the 4th, and that's where we're at now. 1 gone. 2 runs for Taylor at the top of the 2nd. Eagles got 1 run back in that bottom of the 2nd. Neither team's been able to push anything across since. That's a fair ball and a tap outside of the plate. Nice play to the catcher, Lindsay, and she throws her out at first.
Great play by Lindsay. Field the ball. Take a couple steps up and throw down to first for out number 2. Great fundamental softball there.
2-3 on the put out there, and it brings in Ellie Thompson with 2 going and the bases empty. It'll be up to Thompson if the Eagles are going to be able to start a rally in the bottom of the 4th.
Thompson walked her first at bat. See what she can do with 2 outs.
Little half-hearted swing right behind the pitcher, but Buford makes a nice athletic play, scoops it up, and throws Thompson out at first base. So Westside goes 1-2-3 in the home half of the 4th. We've only got 3 innings left. Top of the 5th we go. Taylor's out 2-1. You're watching 1A state final in softball here on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Can you see her greatness? When you attend her games, when you cheer her on, or when you participate in any way, you support your community and make it better, and you will see her greatness. Join us as we pledge to increase the visibility of women's sports in our communities. It makes a difference when we all are involved. At Everett Butte GMC, we proudly support our local female athletes and encourage you to do the same. See her greatness.
This month on Arkansas PBS.
Come explore Colombia, wild and free.
Discovering the secret life of bees took me on a journey I was not expecting.
Take a closer look at this miracle of nature.
Actually scaly skin.
Dinosaur apocalypse.
Can newly uncovered footage offer clues?
Well, I've never seen it.
Only on Arkansas PBS.
Love watching the state finals on Arkansas PBS? Text Sports to 501-491-0444 to donate $10 to Arkansas PBS. JB, our 2nd year broadcasting the softball finals on Arkansas PBS. It's been something great for the state of Arkansas as we try to showcase the biggest game that most of these student athletes will ever play on statewide television.
My first year doing it, it has been a blast. So they do an excellent job up here putting this all together, from the production crew all the way down. Everybody involved, AAA as well. It's just been awesome. 0-1 the count, though, to Downs. 1-2-3 hitters. Downs, Buford, May, Leonard, Bats. If anybody reaches here against Biddle, and that one got away. 1 ball, 1 strike, sails back to the screen, and that evens things up.
Carly Downs batted leadoff last year in the state championship game. She had 4 runs, 4 hits in that game. So a huge part of Taylor's big-time win against Sacred Heart last year, as they won 15-5 last year.
Wow. It has been the opposite here thus far. This one, still a lot left to play, but it's been a pitcher's duel, 2-1. Taylor's got the advantage at the moment. Biddle with a 1-1. That one swung on, hit hard, deep center field. Going back's Thompson. Did she make the catch? It's on the ground, though. That's going to be a double. That was a piece of hitting there from Downs. Thompson came over, couldn't quite make the catch, and that's going to be a leadoff double.
Great base running by Downs. She rounded first and saw that both the second baseman and the shortstop were a few feet away from second, and she took second base with a double. So great base running to get another runner in scoring position for Taylor.
That was just a nice piece of hitting from Downs. Thompson just couldn't quite get there. Got it on the one hop as that one misses down and away to the 2-hole hitter Buford. And on the throw back to the pitcher, gets away, and Downs moves to third. That one could prove costly.
That's experience right there, JB. They knew, obviously saw weakness in Westside earlier, not paying attention, and just stole third base.
One ball, no strikes to Buford. That one gets away. The runner from third, Downs, comes in to score, and she'll get in sliding without a tag, or a throw for that matter.
Smart base running here for Taylor. She hesitated twice about halfway down the base path. You see Coach come out, and he's going to make a mound visit and talk to his team. Really just want to settle the Tigers down here. Excuse me, the Eagles rather. They're not over. It's 3-1. You're still in a great position to come back as the Taylor faithful are on their feet and chanting here. But you know, if you're Westside, just calm down, play softball. We talked about it earlier. Very close team in Westside, play well together, had a hard time getting here, had an extra inning game that they won.
That's right.
And so, hey, they've been in the predicament before. You're only down 2 runs. It's not a big deal. Just calm down and let's focus on the next batter. We got nobody on the base path. Let's attack this hitter and go get out number 1.
So Buford with a 2-0 count stands in, and that was a big swing and a miss. Might have helped her out there.
Yeah, that pitch up and in, and Buford was ready to hit the ball.
Well, that error was on the catcher, but the throw back to the pitcher, I do believe. So that's allowed the runner to move to third and Downs, then scored on the wild pitch. As that one misses up and in, 3 balls and a strike. Buford struck out in her first 2 plate appearances, once looking and once swinging. But got a hitter's count here, 3-1, takes it high, and she draws a free pass. So now there's a runner aboard with still nobody out. And it brings in Heidi May, the third baseman, 0 for 1 today with a walk and a ground out to the shortstop.
May's going to try to extend Taylor's lead here. 0 outs, runner on first. See if she can at least advance the runner.
And May on the year coming into this hitting .479 with 3 home run balls. And they play her deep in the outfield, just shy of the warning track. First pitch from Biddle, that one misses, up and away, runner at first. Little dance it over there. Good little jump there over at first from Buford. Trying to see if she might can swipe a bag if there's an errant throw or a ball that's not fielded cleanly. 1-0 fouled back over the netting. And past the press box here. 1 ball, 1 strike now to the Tiger third baseman.
May 3 home runs on the year, batting .479. One of the top hitters here for Taylor.
And she absolutely gets a hold of one there, but it's fouled down the line. That was one, a fastball up and in, got her hands extended, turn on that one, and she put a charge into it. Just ends up being a long strike, and now it's 1-2.
We talked earlier about pitching for Taylor and Buford, but Biddle is giving it 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 4 walks, and 7 strikeouts on the day.
The 1-2 fouled off into the netting, and we'll do it again. Runner at first base with no outs. Carly Downs led off this top of the 5th with a double, moved to third on an error, scored on a wild pitch, and then a walk to Buford. That's where we're at now, 3-1 Taylor over Westside. The 1-2 hit to second. Is it hit sharply enough for 2? It won't be. They flip to second base. That's harnessed to Corpier. First out of the inning. 4-6 on the fielder's choice ground out there from May, and 1's away.
Good job by Harness. Field the ball cleanly and get the lead runner. Obviously don't need a runner in scoring position, down 2 runs. Just a great play by the second baseman.
And that's a lot of times where you can see a fielder trying to get a little too quick with it. She did a good job, made sure she fielded it cleanly, took her time, made a nice throw as that one's first pitch to Leonard. Upstairs for a ball. Leonard's a dangerous hitter, 0 for 1 today with a strikeout looking, but she also drew a walk. If you look at her numbers, Derek, she is electric. .439 as a senior, 11 home runs. 1-0, runner going. That one's popped up, foul back into and over the netting, pardon me, as Taylor had the hit and run on that one.
Leonard definitely probably the most powerful hitter in this Taylor team. Came up big in postseason with some big timely hits for the Tigers. See if she can do it again right now.
There's the 1-1. Misses a little bit low, 2-1. And to your point there, she may be one of the most powerful hitters in all of 1A.
No doubt, 11 home runs, We look around, some other stats.
Runner going. There's the power. That one's hit deep. If it's fair, it's gone, but it's foul. Leonard absolutely exploded on that one, and she missed a 2-run bomb by just a couple of feet.
We talked about her power. She turned on that ball, pulled it, just foul. I don't know how close it was, hard to see from our angle, but just a great piece of hitting there. Unfortunately for her, she'll have to settle in. It's a foul ball, it means nothing, and she'll settle back in on a 2-2 pitch, see if she can do it again.
And if you're Biddle, there's a shot past the shortstop towards the gap. Thompson over to get it. That's off the wall. Can't field it. They're going to wave home a runner. And coming in to score is Buford all the way from first base. An RBI double from Leonard, or pardon me, that was May coming in to score. RBI double there from Leonard, and Taylor is up 4-1.
How about that? You know, we talk about players pulling the ball, just wanting to hit home runs. After she pulls that one and hits it over the fence foul, she just comes in and slaps it. Just a base hit. Nice piece of hitting for Taylor there. Able to drive in 2 runs.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. If you're Biddle, you kind of got a break there. Just got to come back and attack, and she did. And unfortunately for Biddle, Leonard got a good swing on one. There's a swing and a miss there from McHenry, the first baseman, and it's no balls and a strike. I'll tell you, we talked about this a little bit as the game was beginning. Taylor's offense is nothing to overlook, that's for sure. They have started to show it here in this inning for sure, as they're up 4-1 in the top of the 5th inning on 5 base hits. They've got 2 runs, or 2 errors, pardon me, though. 1 run, 2 hits, 2 errors for Westside.
McHenry, her last time, flight out to right field. Flew out to right field, rather.
That one gets away from the catcher. That's going to be a pass ball. Just tipped off her glove there. That'll allow the runner to move to third.
McHenry last year in the finals had 2 RBI for Taylor. Scored a pass ball on that pitch.
And a hitter's count now for McHenry with a runner at third and less than 2 outs. That one swung on. Hit high and deep, but just as much foul as it lands down the way over the batting cages down the third baseline. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to McHenry.
Biddle now with 88 pitches. 7 strikeouts now with 2-2 count.
Biddle needs a big pitch. That one misses down and away. Full count now coming.
Not what you want there. Obviously want to stay ahead of the batter here and try to get out number 2 with the runner at third.
3 balls, 2 strikes, runner at third with 1 gone. And the payoff, here it comes. That is upstairs, and that's ball 4. 2 aboard now with 1 gone for Taylor. And Madison Lindsay, the catcher, will come to bat. She's 0 for 2, struck out twice. Catcher Madison Lindsay. Both times we're swinging. You'd like to see the aggression there from Lindsay, but if you're Biddle, want to fill up that zone. First pitch, trying to bunt, runner takes second base. They got the runner at third and a run down. And they're going to tag her out, trying to go home. The runner from first moved up to second and now to third after the run down. Hey, but you'll take that if you're Westside, because there's 2 gone now, runner at third base, and you got Lindsay at the plate, who Biddle's already struck out twice.
No doubt. Obviously, great fielding right there, heads up play, get out number 2. Unfortunately, the runner did move from second to third, but nonetheless, you've got 2 outs now, and you're 1 out away from ending this inning.
The 1-0 gets away, and that will allow the run to come in to score. So it was all for naught. And coming into third to score there for Taylor, that was McHenry, and it is 5-1.
Unfortunately there for the catcher, that ball just ricocheted off and just wasn't able to get to it. She went to her right, and the ball bounced left. And fortunately for Taylor, though, another run makes the score 5-1.
As that one misses again, now it's 3-0, and Biddle struggling to find the control here of late, as she's at 100 pitches after that throw there back to the screen. And you know that's not what she wants to do after she's already struck out Lindsay twice. The 3-0 pitch. That is ball 4, and Lindsay draws a free pass on 4 pitches.
Jamie, this is tough. If you're Biddle right now, obviously a little discouraged, giving up 3 runs here in the top half of the 5th. Everybody just needs to calm down, get an out, get out of the inning. It's 5-1, but that's tough. It's tough when a team like Taylor's had a big inning like this, but you got to stop the bleeding here.
And batting now is Downs as that one gets away from the catcher, allows the runner to move up. It's 1-0. Michaela Downs, she has an RBI double today. That was in the second. The first run driven in by either side came from Downs. She could do it again with a runner at second base now and 2 gone. Takes a 1-0 low, and we're seeing now from Biddle just struggling to find the strike zone.
Yep, 2-0. She needs to throw it in the zone, maybe get a ground ball out here to end the inning.
2-0, swung on, lifted, right center field. Baker coming on, can't make the catch. That's going to allow a run to score. It is 6-1 Taylor on the error by the right fielder.
It's not what you want if you're Westside. A routine fly ball just barely tips out of her glove. That's a tough, tough break for Westside there. Another run scores and the inning continues, which if you're Westside, you really, really want to stop Taylor from continuing to score this inning and breaking this game open.
That was a big swing there into right field.
If you look at last year, big inning for Taylor in the 5th inning last year. They had 5 runs in this 5th inning. And so as the game goes on, Taylor just seems to get better.
And that is for sure. Hey, they've won it 4 times in a row for a reason. They're a good program. Trying to make it 5. As we said earlier, Westside won it back in 07. Trying to make it their second in program history. But they got work to do as there's a strike on the outer edge, 0-2.
Good pitch. Attack the outer part of the plate there. She's now ahead. She hadn't been able to do that the last few batters. We'll see if she can get it out here.
That one's fouled back into the netting, and it's 0-2 once more. Runner at first, Downs reached on the air, flew out to right. That allowed a run to score. It was unearned. But it's no balls and 2 strikes. Fowler waits on the 0-2. It gets a little outside of the zone. Now it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Not a terrible pitch. You're up 0-2. Don't give her anything that she can smack. Now you've got to go to work. Don't attack that zone.
1-2. Late foul there by Fowler, but she got enough to stay alive, and we'll do it again.
Good job by Fowler. Staying in there, fouling those off. Live to see another pitch.
This will be the 6th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. And that is something that we've seen with Biddle. Pitch count over 100 now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fouled back right here towards us. And the 7th pitch will come from Biddle to Fowler. And if you're looking at an 8 and 9 hole hitter, Fowler's 0 for 2, struck out and popped up to the first baseman. But hey, that's what you like to see out of the bottom of the lineup, especially as Battle work the count. And they're making Biddle work, especially here in the later innings. 1-2, that's a great pitch from Biddle, and she calls Fowler out looking there with a called strike 3, outer edge, but not before Taylor puts a 3 spot on the board in the top of the 5th. They're up 5-1, and we head to the bottom of the 5th. Taylor up by 4, Westside going to try to get some runs back. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
I think it's important for Arkansas PBS to have sports because it provides sports on a greater platform to the entire community. And it also gives people in various other communities an opportunity to see other schools and other athletes and to have a greater appreciation for not just their own community, but the sports that are available across the state of Arkansas. There are so many lessons that sports provides, and it's one of the reasons why it's so important to the next generation of athletes coming up.
Since 1976, McCormick Equipment Rental and Sales has been equipping Arkansans for the tough jobs, construction equipment and rentals, service and sales, and a proud underwriter of Arkansas PBS Sports.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
Bottom of the 5th we go, 6-1 our score.
For a copy of any of the state championship games, go to mnmproductions.net to place your order. Always great to relive these moments, great state championship games, and copy your DVD you can stick in the DVD player for years to come.
It'll be the 9-hole hitter for the Eagles, Wally Parker, 0 for 1 with a strikeout her first time up. Then we'll head back to the top of the order in Corpier and Baker. First pitch, Parker swinging a miss there from Buford. Hey, if you're Buford, you're up by 5. It's 6-1. What you want to do here is attack the strike zone.
Don't have to do anything fancy, like you said, JB. Just attack the zone. Start with the first out. She's ahead 0-1. It's a good start to the inning.
As Parker waits on the 0-1 for the freshman Buford. That one is a called strike. And now it's 0-2 on the outer half there.
She got lucky there. A lot of times catchers don't catch the ball. You don't get a called strike. So she got lucky there to get ahead in the count. 0-2 now.
So now if you're Parker, you're exactly right. Definitely got to protect now after that called strike on the drop by the catcher. Buford delivers. Up and away. Now it's 1-2. I say up and away. It was more of just away than anything. But it started up and landed outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Parker going to have to protect.
Parker, the sophomore left fielder, comes in today batting right under
200, looks like that. 100? Yeah. As that one's fouled back into the netting. We'll do it again.
These decimal places on our sheet are off, and they're throwing my mind off.
Well, that's, at least you can read. I struggle to do that sometimes.
I understand.
She also has a home run and an 11 RBI. She needs to kickstart this bottom of the 5th for her Westside Eagles. They're down by 5. 1-2, just upstairs, 2-2. That's a good take. And how about home plate umpire? He has been brilliant behind the dish, calling balls and strikes. Chris McKellips, he has not adjusted his zone one bit.
Great take by Parker. It's a tough 1-2 pitch to take, and she sat in there and took it, and it counts to 2-2.
2-2 pitch. There's that off speed. Wow. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're Parker, that is an excellent way to fight that off. She kind of a little half-hearted check swing, got a piece of it. And that is a filthy pitch.
I'm not trying to exaggerate it, JB, but every time I see that, I kind of get, to go from something that fast to something that slow, that is remarkable that she tipped it.
Well, yeah, it just plays
great batting.
Plays tricks on your minds as it's fouled off once again. And you know, here's the thing with Buford, why it's been so effective is she hasn't abused it all game. She's just picked it out when she's needed to. We've only seen it a handful of times, but it has been extremely effective every time she's thrown it.
You're exactly right.
But Parker in a battle here when she needs to. If Buford were to retire the last 9 batters, this could be Parker's last at bat, so needs to make the most of it, try to keep things going. 2-2. Boy, oh boy, inside pitch. Just missed the zone. Now it's full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Parker. The left fielder for this Westside Eagle team down by 5.
Got to get something going here in the bottom of the 5th. Got to chip away this 5-run lead.
And the 3-2 fouled off right side again. Parker and Buford are in a battle. And who's going to win it?
Soccer crowd starting to sprinkle in here for their first games of the day. It's a great atmosphere down here in Benton this weekend.
Payoff pitch once more. There's that slow pitch. Chopped foul outside third. Hey, Parker saw it for the second time, was able to at least make that one look a little bit more effective. She pops it foul down the line, but you're right. I mean, just seeing the facilities here at Benton High School, it is remarkable. This is very, very nice.
No doubt. And it's really neat to have all these games at one spot within walking distance. You can walk to the baseball game after this. You can walk over to a soccer game. Just a great location.
3-2. Buford wins the battle, and Parker fought hard but ends up striking out. Nothing to hang your head on there, and there's one gone in the bottom of the 5th.
Westside now go to the top of the lineup. See if, like we said, they can't start chipping away at some of these runs. They're going to have to if they want to try to get back in this one.
You know, as you saw there, Parker swinging a miss, and you kind of saw her face defeated. She knew she was late as she was swinging, but I tell you, there's nothing to hang your head on. Like I said, I mean, it's just a tough battle. The first pitch here, there's that soft off-speed rip to right field by the top of the order, Corpier. And there's a single with one gone in the bottom of the 5th. That's the first hitter we've seen do something against that slow pitch there from Buford.
That pitch was inside, up in the zone, and she just waited on it and hit it to the right. So a great piece of hitting there, like you said, patience, patience, patience. She sat in there and waited on that pitch. I'm the most impatient person in the world. Don't think I could have done it, but she sat in there and waited on it and got a hit.
Well, I tell you, especially as a hitter, that's really tough too. Westside trying to make back-to-back singles, and they will. Baker lines it to center. The center fielder dove and missed it. They're going to wave Corpier to third. The throw's not in time, and then Baker moves to second on the throw.
Great plays there. That's what Westside needed. They needed a great hit, needed an extra base hit, which they got. Taylor, great job by the center fielder getting it in, and a bang play at third base, as we'll see right here. I'm sorry, the right fielder threw it in, but a great play, a great throw. Look how strong that throw is. Golly, right on the mark. But a huge play for Westside to get 2 runners in scoring position with only 1 out. You got your 3-hole hitter, Mandy Smith, up. They'll see if they can't get, like we said, chip away at these runs, see if they can get these 2 runners in scoring position across home.
You're exactly right. As Smith bunts out with foul, you don't have to get them all back right here. Just got to chip away. That, by the way, that was ruled a single. Then obviously Baker moved to second on the throw to third base. So,
grew up a Minnesota Twins fan, and we used to call it small ball. Don't try to swing for the fence here. Don't try to hit a 3-run home run here. Just get a base hit. Let's get 2 runs, maybe 3 runs, and narrow this lead.
No balls, 1 strike now to Smith. The 0-1 hit softly to second in the air. That's caught. They're going to try to flip to second. They did get the double play, and that is a 4-6 line out double play to end the threat. Taylor is out of the inning. And they will go to the top of the 6th inning with a 6-1 lead after the double play ball. Boy, we got a good one. A lot of closest here as Taylor Buford has been absolutely dominant. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships in Arkansas. PBS Sports will be right back.
Centennial Bank is committed to you. Since our founding in 1999, we've become one of the nation's most trusted banks by remembering that you come first, by empowering our communities to reach their highest potential through our dedication to local charities, education, and exceptional service, because we are proud to call Arkansas home. Banking with you in mind. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
Let me take you for a ride on the baseline.
Let's go! Learn more about the issues that impact our state with our long-running public affairs program, Arkansas Week. Fridays at 7:30 p.m. and Sundays at 10 a.m. right here on Arkansas PBS. JB, you've got days where things go your way. You've got days when they don't. And that last play right there for Westside, that's tough. Just a bang play, a double play when you had runners at third and second that unfortunately just didn't go your way. And so that's tough. And you got to figure out a way when things aren't going your way in a day to overcome those. And so we'll see if Westside can overcome those here in the next 2 innings to try to, like we said, chip away, tie this ball game, maybe take the lead.
And one way to do that is fill up the strike zone, and that's what Biddle did to McClellan, the 9-hole hitter, who is 0 for 1 today with a walk and a strikeout. 0-1 pitch misses up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. And, you know, you're right. The only problem is time's against you. I say time. It's more of how many outs you got. You only got 6 left. You're going to have to make some noise in the last 2 innings, but you also got to keep Taylor off the board as that one swung on and missed there by McClellan, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Great pitch from Biddle there outside the zone. She made McClellan reach for it. Swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes. In the top of the 6th inning, Taylor's up 6-1 as there's a foul back into the screen. And we'll do it once more with the same count.
Good pitch by Biddle. Ahead in the count. See what McClellan does here. 1-2 count.
You know, and Westside really playing deep here. Their outfield's trying to play no doubles defense, really trying to keep things from getting into the gap as that one's fouled back again, 1-2. And that's what they've had all day long. I mean, they played deep there in the outfield. To some degree, it's helped a lot. They've made some nice catches, but then there's been some balls that have been just absolutely blasted by the Taylor bats and no way to go get them. 1-2, swing and a miss there from McClellan. Biddle gets the strikeout, and that's the first out of this 6th inning. Biddle's done a really good job. She's got 9 strikeouts on the day.
That's exactly right. 9 strikeouts on about 113 pitches. She'll face now the top of the lineup for Taylor.
And the first pitch to Carly Downs, who has been a good one. A huge factor in their 6-1 lead. She's 2 for 3 with a couple of doubles. One was a double back in that second inning. Drove in a run to make it 2-0, and that one's ripped to left center field. She's trying to make it 3 doubles. Thompson's got it in center. The throw to second. It's late. Downs with 3 doubles here in a state title game, and she's trying to lead her team to victory.
She had 4 hits last year. She's got 3 hits so far this year. That's why she bats leadoff. Great piece of hitting now. 3 times in a row, 3 doubles. Great job by Carly Downs.
And if you're Biddle there, you saw that was a fastball on the bottom outer half of the plate. Downs goes down and gets it and rips it into the gap. First pitch to the 2-hole hitters, a called strike to Buford. That's the pitcher for the Taylor Tigers. She's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
You could barely see her running back there, but that's just how on top of their game Taylor is right there. After the pitch, nobody's covering second base, and Downs is halfway between second and third, just like she is right now. Making Westside always think about her.
Well, and as we've seen, there's been a couple of errors as well. Taylor's done that. They forced some bad throws and some miscues, and they've capitalized on it. 6-1. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss there from Buford. She goes down swinging for the 3rd time this morning. And there are 2 gone now for the 3-hole hitter, Heidi May. May's 0 for 2 today. She's walked, grounded out to short, and she's also reached on a fielder's choice. And the first pitch is up and away. They're trying to get Downs in a rundown, and she will take third base.
She is so smart. This whole time she's been waiting for that opportunity like we talked about. It's kind of hard to see from our angle that we have. But every pitch she was about where the shortstop is, just waiting to see what the pitcher and catcher were going to do and when she could take third, and she finally got it.
And right when that ball was thrown, she committed. But there's a pop-up on the infield. That could get him out of the inning. Harness coming in, battling. That's the shortstop that sneaks over Corbiere and makes a very difficult catch to retire the side. So Taylor comes up empty in the top of the 6th. But Taylor, they're 6 outs away from another state title. We go to the home half of the 6th. It's getting late here in the early morning in Benton. 6-1, Taylor leads it. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Do you think that's the key thing missing in the conversation about climate change?
Learn a lot about the African American experience.
It's your palate, it's your taste, it's how you like to cook.
Look at all the colors.
Discovering stories of people.
Voices will be heard today.
People really see the message.
Such a shared experience.
The choice is yours.
You make the decision.
With Passport on the PBS Video app.
Thanks, George. Appreciate it. At Big Red Stores, we're always proud to sponsor, support, and partner up with many events and activities throughout the community. Among them, high school championships throughout the state of Arkansas. At Big Red Stores, our team members are always ready to assist you to make your visit with us a pleasant one. And at Big Red Stores, we recognize that none of our support or ability to serve the community is possible without you. That's why at Big Red Stores, you're always the MVP of the Big Red team. Big Red Stores, now more convenient than ever.
We never gonna stop. We never gonna stop.
Get an inside look at what it truly means to be a farmer today and the stressors and struggles that come with the lifestyle in Arkansas PBS's new podcast, The Growing Season, available wherever you listen.
Bottom of the 6th. It's 4, 5, and 6 for the Eagles. McKenna Biddle, Cordy Finch, and Kendra Harness. Alyssa Smith bats if anybody reaches. And, boy, if you're going to come back at it, you got to start doing it now.
That's exactly right. We talked about it last inning, chipping away. We'll see if they can do it.
Buford starts off, and she makes it difficult with a low strike in the zone, 0-1.
Buford, 74 pitches, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. She's given up 4 hits and 5 innings of work.
And it's 0-1. Now to the Eagles pitcher. Her team trailing 6-1. Buford with a pitch, swinging a drive to center field. That ball's trouble at the track. It's off the wall. Rounding first, heading for second is Biddle. Leonard in to gun it into second, but that's a stand-up 2-bagger for the cleanup hitter for the Eagles, and that's a good way to start.
The senior just exploded on that one, hit it all the way to the warning track. She's got runner in scoring position now for the Eagles with no outs.
And Courtney Finch will come in to try to do a job. She's 0 for 2.
Looks like we've got a courtesy runner. Katie Davis, who we saw run earlier for Westside. She got tagged out at short. Hopefully she learned from that, because Westside really cannot have any more errors on the base path. They need runs.
There's no room for mistakes. You're exactly right. As that one misses down at the end to Finch. Want to know, this has been a great matchup. We talked about this, the third state final in softball that we've seen. Bentonville took off Cabot, the nightcap yesterday, and then Tuckerman went home with back-to-back state championships, over East Poinsett County. They won that one 6-2 in the midday game. 1-0 to Finch here as that one's fouled off to the right side. 1-1 the count.
Team hitting for Westside, they're 5 of 20, 250 batting average on the day. They struck out 5 times, earned 2 walks.
Well, I would venture to say they're going to have to up that average and have a chance at winning this one. 1 ball, 1 strike, fouled at the plate there by Finch, and now it's 1-2. Taylor, they are obviously on a tear, as is Westside. Both teams on big winning streaks. 14 for Taylor, 11-game winning streak for Westside. Buford earlier the year, she was a walk away from throwing 3 perfect games within 1 week as a freshman.
Here's another stat that hurts you if you're Westside. 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position, and we've seen them leave them at second. We've seen them leave a handful at third, and that's a hard stat to overcome.
Finch with a 1-2 battling, and she fouls it back. We'll do it again. And that's kind of what you look at as the game gets a little bit later. You think, man, that might be what's the difference in the game. So if you're Westside, you really got opportunities right now. There's a runner in scoring position now, and Finch needs to make that 1 for 8 today for the team. 1-2 off speed. And Buford pulls the string and gets the swing and a miss there from Finch. That is a tough pitch to handle. Great pitch from Buford. She's gone in her bag of tricks a couple of times with that pitch, and that one paid off big.
You forget about it. She pitches, and then all of a sudden she throws that off speed. And, that's just a tough pitch if you're Finch there to try to hit. And another strikeout for Buford.
As Harness steps in and takes it down and in. Biddle is out there. Well, she was out there. She hit the double to lead off the inning, but Davis, courtesy runner over at second. Now 1 gone, 1-0 pitch now to Harness, who's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout and a walk. And Westside only got 5 outs with which to work now.
5 outs, and they need 5 runs to tie it.
1-0, swinging a looper to right field, but it is right to the right fielder. Fowler makes the catch, and Davis has to retreat to second base. Now there's 2 away. And if there's anything we could speak on, it has been how good that Ayla Buford has been in the circle for the Tigers. She's been as advertised.
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, we talked about it earlier, but has been around softball, played softball growing up. Her first year as a Taylor Tiger, but has really showed out today, only giving up 1 run.
There's a swing and a miss there. Ball gets away from the catcher, and that will allow Davis to move up to third base as Smith waved and missed. 0-1. Buford's pitched 5 2/3 innings. He's only given up 5 hits, 1 run. It wasn't even earned. 2 walks and 6 strikeouts. She's given up a double and a triple, but she has limited the damage as she's only given up 1 run. Like I said, it wasn't even earned. 0-1 to Smith with 2 outs, swinging a little looper to the second baseman. McClellan, tough throw to first. It's bang, bang, but Taylor gets the out, and they are out of the inning unscathed. They're 3 outs away from a win. They'll come to bat, though, in the top of the 7th. 6-1, Taylor leading it, and the 1A state softball final here on Arkansas PBS Sports.
The Arkansas Citizens Access Network gives you a front row seat to your state government. Live stream board and commission meetings, press conferences, legislative proceedings, and more. Events are also archived for 30 days. Receive updates right on your phone by texting ARCAN to 313131. Be informed and get involved at myarkansaspbs.org/ARCAN.
Arkansas PBS makes it super easy to give. You can even set up automatic gifts every month. You can donate at myarpbs.org/donate.
As we head to the top of the 7th inning, Taylor's up 6-1, trying to add to it. And the first pitch swung on, popped up, foul down the left field line there. That'll play by the cleanup hitter, Lauren Leonard. Leonard, she's got a double. She's also struck out looking and a walk. So 1 for 2 today, but she has an RBI. And she also hit a home run, but hit it foul a little bit earlier in the day. As that was hit a mile high to right field. That could be trouble. No one's going to get to it. And it caroms away from the right fielder, Baker. That's going to be a stand-up double. They try to throw behind her at second, but she's in with the double.
Could really see the wind affect that one. The right fielder thought it was going to carry out to her, and that wind just pushed it right back in. It ended up only going about 4 to 5 feet past the infield.
And you're exactly right there. Second baseman really didn't have a good play on it. Right fielder's playing so deep, it's just a tough play. 5-hole hitter Maggie McHenry. The first baseman comes in now, 1 for 2 today. And the first pitch is low in near the ground there. 1 ball, no strikes. So this innings begin with Leonard with a double, the 7th hit for the Tigers. 1-0, that one's blistered to left field. Left fielder going, it's overhead. That's going to go to the wall. And that'll bring in another run for Taylor as they put 1 more on the board. Leonard comes in to score on the RBI double for McHenry, and Taylor up by 6 now. They're feeling it.
You know, tough play there. Your first move as an outfielder's always got to be back first and then adjust. Unfortunately, Parker's was up and then tried to adjust back, and that's just a hard play to make. It's hard to backpedal and make that play. It's that screened right overhead, a liner really, and a double for Taylor.
Lindsay puts a butt down in front of the pitcher. Going to be a tough play. It'll be close, and they didn't get her. That is a box single there from Lindsay, and Taylor's not done yet. Now she takes second base.
Aggressive base running. We've seen it all day from Taylor. They're so. We've seen them be so aggressive, and every player knows their role right there. Third base, McHenry knew what she had to do to distract the pitcher, and then obviously Lindsay gets to second on the distraction.
Now there's 2 in scoring position for Michaela Downs, who already has an RBI double today, and takes that one low. She drove in the game's first run back at the top of the 2nd. That's what Taylor got 2. The lone Eagles run came that bottom of the inning. On a 3 unassisted ground up by Alyssa Smith as that one misses up and away, 2-0. Taylor got 4 more in the 5th. That made it 6-1, and they've added 1 more in this 7th. On the double by McHenry. It's 2-0 to Downs now. Swinging a chopper to third. That's through the hole at short. That'll score 1. They'll wave home Lindsay. And the ball gets away from the third baseman. 2 come in to score. That's a single, a 2-run single for Downs. She moves to second on the throw, and now Taylor's up 9-1.
Yep, and they're going to come, and he's going to try to calm everybody down again, obviously. Just some tough breaks for Westside here in the top half of the 7th, as we've seen Taylor score 2 more, and honestly, really makes this difficult for Westside if you're going to try to do something in the bottom half of the 7th with only 3 outs left. Taylor just so aggressive, such well-coached team. Obviously, the expectations have been set in Taylor of what softball looks like. We've seen it today. Just the experience of even from the freshmen, and that's the crazy thing, JB, is it hasn't just been from the seniors. Every person who steps out there knows their role, knows in certain situations what they're supposed to do, and that's why they've scored 9 runs. Whether it be moving runners over, whether it be at bats, whether it be pitching, they know their roles.
And the first pitch here to Fowler misses up and away after the meeting, and that's a good point. I mean, there's a reason both these teams are here. They've got both sides have players 1 through 9 that can absolutely play it from both sides, offensive and defensively, as that one swung on a miss. But today it's been Taylor's night, or this, well, not night, it's been their morning slash not quite to the afternoon.
Struggling with the time of day right now.
I do. I just need to stay away from that, don't I?
We don't play too many early games, so it is difficult. The wind, JB, I don't know if anybody can see it on our camera deck out in center field. They've got some umbrellas, and it has turn the umbrella inside out there, so it is really howling.
There's a swing and a miss there from Fowler. Big strikeout there from Biddle, and there's one gone. But I'll tell you, with it 9-1, for those of you, if you're just now joining us, this 9-1 score, as we look at the umbrella out there up the way.
He's trying to hold it and keep it from falling.
They got their hands full out there. Hey, give a hand for our.
All I know, JB, is if it starts to take off, let go. Don't kite it, fly off.
Is that what misses? Now it's 1-0. I tell you, just what I was going to mention about this game. If you're just now joining us, that's 9-1 scores deceiving. It's been a close game throughout.
Yes.
Unfortunately, just seems like Taylor's inching away and trying to put this one to bed. Is that what misses up and away?
Taylor scored 2 in the second, 4 in the fifth, and now 3 so far in the seventh. Westside's lone run came in the second inning.
And they could have got it a little bit more in that inning, but also in the third they had runners at second and third with less than one out, wasn't able to push anything across. So Westside has had their chances, but you mentioned earlier, runners in scoring position, the average has not been good, and that has what has come back to be the difference in this one. As Biddle's thrown 6 in the third inning, he's given up 10 hits, 9 runs, 8 of them earned, 6 walks, 11 strikeouts, 7 extra base hits, all of them doubles. And there's a strike there, 3-1. There's Matty McClellan, waits 3-1, fouled straight back, we'll have a full count.
Taylor as a team batting .345 on the day, 10 hits, 29 at bats. They've struck out 11 times, and that's a testament to Biddle. She has really caught this Taylor team a few times with 11 Ks so far today.
Well, we talked about Buford being a freshman and being electric. Biddle with his payoff pitch, gets a little soft liner up the middle. That's a catch by the shortstop, and she's going to double off. That's a double play, 6 unassisted on a heck of a play from Corpier to get Westside out of the inning. I'll talk a little bit about Biddle when we come back, but even more so Westside. They're down to their final 3 outs of the season, down 9-1. They're going to need a lot as we head to the home half of the 7th. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Softball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Broadcast of this championship game is made possible by
the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville share the mission of Arkansas PBS to enrich and empower all Arkansans. Community, dignity, respect. That's what Me Banking is all about. More at mebanking.com.
Since 1976, McCormick Equipment Rental and Sales has been equipping Arkansans for the tough jobs, construction equipment and rentals, service and sales, and a proud underwriter of Arkansas PBS Sports.
Local broadcast of Arkansas PBS programming is made possible in part by Community Bakery. Scratch-made breads, pastries, cakes, treats, and locally roasted coffees. Served daily at 2 locations in Little Rock, 1200 Main and 270 Shackelford.
Let me take you for a ride on the baseline.
Blueberry, Max, and their friends are back this summer for an all-new season of Blueberry's Clubhouse beginning July 8th, only on Arkansas PBS.
Bottom of the 7th, Taylor 3 outs away from their 5th consecutive state title. Talk a little bit about Biddle, though. We were looking at her earlier. She's pitched well, just unfortunately dominoes haven't fallen in her favor.
Is committed to play at UA Rich Mountain next year. And like you said, quality starts, 11 strikeouts on the day. Just a great outing for her. She did it on both sides. She pitched, she hit very well for Westside. We'll see if Westside can't get something going here in the bottom half of the 7th.
0-1 pitch to Thompson. As the off-speed catches the outer half for a call. Strike 2, and Buford is ahead 0-2, the 8-hole hitter for the Eagles. Thompson's already 0 for 1 today, walked and grounded out back to the pitcher. She'll have to protect the plate here with no balls and 2 strikes. And I tell you, Taylor, they're 3 outs away, up by 8. Just trying to close it out. 0-2 from Buford. That would misses up and away, not close. 1-2 now.
Taylor has stayed composed all game with only 2 errors, giving up 5 hits. See if they can finish it out here in the bottom half of the 7th.
Good news for Taylor is you got Buford hopefully at least 3 years, and that's a called strike 3 in her half. Thompson caught looking, and that's the first out of the bottom of the 7th. The Westside down to their final 2 outs of the season.
It's a tough pitch. It's a tough pitch to swing or to hit rather, and ball low and inside. Nonetheless, though, you got to try to get the ball in play if you're Westside, and that didn't happen that time.
So Lolly Parker stands in, trying to keep things rolling as that one misses inside. What I know when I say keep things rolling, what I really mean is get things going. They're down 9-1. It really just seems like they haven't really kind of hit that surge that they've needed to kind of get the bats going.
Well, like we said, they've left 10 runners on in scoring position. And that hurts. That hurts when we've seen them at second and third, like we've talked about, and just not able to hit them home. And then some base running errors, some double plays with a base runner left too early, and so that hurts if you're Westside. Makes it difficult to come back against a really good Taylor team.
1-1 pitch. There is that one. That slow, off speed, tough to hit, but it goes right down Broadway, and Parker's down to the count of all 2 strikes. She's trying to keep from striking out for all 3 at bats.
You know, after that pitch, I just saw Buford smile. She's having a lot of fun out there. First state championship. And when you throw a pitch like that, it's easy to have fun because that is nasty and really hard to hit.
1-2. That one's up and away. Gets away from the catcher. Now it's 2-2. And boy, I tell you, this Taylor team, they're good. Westside's good as well. And the score obviously doesn't indicate kind of how the game's been. We talked about that. It's really been close. You really take away that top of the 7th. It's a 6-1 game. But even before that, it just feels like it's been close all throughout. But Taylor, they're feeling it. They're 2 outs away from a 5th consecutive state title. 2-2, nearly hit Parker there. She gets out of the way, and she works her second full count against Buford.
Parker 2 strikeouts on the day. We're going to try to get something going here in the bottom half of the 7th.
Well, I'll tell you, her strikeouts have kind of been deceiving. She battled up against Buford her last at bat in a 3-2 count and just gave it all she had. Buford trying to strike her out this time and doesn't do it. Hey, that's a great way to do it. If you're going to come back, you got to have base runners, and Parker works the full count walk. What an at-bat for Lolly Parker.
She's had a few of them, like you said, JB, and hey, you're down to 2 outs. You've got to have them now, and she delivers with a good eye there, and she walks down to first, and Westside's got a runner on.
That's a case for Parker, and she's done that every single at bat, not chasing pitches. When she swings at stuff, it's in the strike zone, and she, with a great eye there, watches it go top of the order. Corpier waits and takes the first pitch up and away. Corpier 1-for-3 today. Grounded out to third, grounded out to short, but she's also singled. And with a 1-0 count, she's just trying to keep her Eagles season alive. 1-0 pitch. Swinging a shot foul down the left field line. Or pardon me, left field line, I should say. Left field over the third base dugout and foul. Counts 1-1 now. Baker waits on deck, and then Mandy Smith would bat if either of those 2 can reach. If you're Westside, you'd obviously love to get to Biddle, but you need a lot more than that to come back in this one. 1-1, swing and a miss. Chase pitch there from Corpier, and now it's 1-2.
Team hitting summary for Westside: 5 of 24. It's a 208 average. They've walked 3 times, struck out 7. That's really been the difference. Talk about Taylor's got 5 more hits than Westside. Westside's also had 1 more error.
The 1-2 misses outside, 2-2, and something that you mentioned a little bit earlier as well. The runners in scoring position. Taylor's 5 of 13, hitting .385. Westside, it's a number you're going to look at if you're head coach Jeff Smith and you see you're 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position. That just makes it real tough to win. 2-2 to Corpier, taps slowly to third. Nice play there by May. Throw to first is on the money, and now Taylor is 1 out away from closing this out and winning another state title. It'd be the first for Buford, the freshman. But Taylor trying to make it 5 in a row.
Great play by May there. Charged the ball, field it cleanly, as we're about to see right here, and then throw on to first base for out number 2. Like you say, exciting as the Taylor fans get on their feet. They're 1 out away from a 5-peat. JB, it is hard enough to win one state championship. Some teams never do, some coaches never do. To win 5 in a row, 8 all time is wild and quite the accomplishment as we see that pitch again.
Buford, hey, one way to just kind of put a little exclamation mark on this is she comes out first pitch with that off speed, and it's 0-1 to Lacey Baker, who is 2 for 3 today, a triple and a single. It's been Baker and Biddle with 2 hits apiece. They have 4 of the 5, and they are down to their final out. 0-1 to Baker. That one's outside and evens the count as the Taylor faithful come to their feet here in the Benton, Arkansas, on the campus of Benton High School. 1-1. Second base runner over that way is Lolly Parker. The 1-1 to Baker. That one gets away from the catcher. Parker's going to move up to third base now, and it's 2 balls and a strike. But Westside is down to their final out of the season, and the last hope is Lacey Baker with a 2-1 count.
Taylor is a unique school. I don't know if you know this, JB. They're part of a school district that has 3 high schools: Emerson, Taylor, Bradley.
Interesting.
3 high schools. Some sports, they all come together and play at one because they don't have enough students. So unique to have 3 high schools, but very small at the same time.
The 2-1 pitch is a swing and a miss by Baker, and now the Eagles are down to their final strike of the season, and Taylor's a strike away from winning 5 straight state titles.
If you're Lindsay there, don't worry about the runner. You're up 9-1. Let's just focus on the batter. 2-2 count.
You're right.
Let's go hold the trophy.
2-2. 2 outs, runner at third. Taylor feeling it. Buford trying to put it away to Baker. The pitch, swing and a miss! Taylor wins it with Buford strikeout.
What is she doing on?
She pulled the string. She throws the off speed, that slow curve, and just like that, Taylor's won 5 in a row. And it's tough if you're Westside. You gave it all you had, but Taylor wins it 9-1 for 5 in a row. Boy, you got to tip your cap to Buford. She played one heck of a ball game today. Westside comes short, but Taylor wins it 9-1. Boy, I tell you, Dick, you look at this as they meet there right outside the circle. The Tigers have won it for 5 straight. And what you got to look at is Buford's performance. Only giving up a run. It wasn't even earned. She was dominant.
Here's her stat line. 7 innings, 5 hits. She gave up 1 run, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. What a performance from the freshman. She told me earlier before the game she was a manager last year as an 8th grader. So excited to get to play in her first game. She comes in and pitches an amazing game for the 9-1 win.
Well, one thing's for certain, for the freshman, nerves were not a factor. She put those away early, and she put Westside away to win it 9-1.
Let's talk about this. We've talked about the pitching a lot today. Let's talk about hitting. Carly Downs, 3 hits. Leonard, 2 hits. McHenry, 2 hits. Lindsay, 1 hit. Downs, 2 hits. 10 hits for the Tigers. You got to hit it if you're going to get 9 runs, and they did it today.
And Michaela Downs, like you said, 3 RBIs. She capped off the offense for the Tigers as they win at 9-1. We'll hit a break. Come back. We'll have the wrapping up of the 1A State Championship Softball. Centennial Bank State Championship Softball on Arkansas PBS Sports. We'll be right back.
I would never be able to run as many cattle on here as I'm running now, the old way I was doing it.
I'm sure there's a lot of farmers still today that think they're doing a great job, and I understand exactly why they think that, because they don't know any different. You know, it's more than dirt. It's a living, breathing ecosystem.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car, to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
1, 2, 3, turn up! going all in here. Let's go.
Welcome back to Benton High School in the wake of Taylor Tigers' 9-1 win over Westside as they claim their 5th state title in consecutive years. I guess not consecutive because 2020 wasn't played, but my goodness, Taylor with a dominant performance today. We talked about as they present the state championship to the Tigers as we welcome you back into the booth. JB Brazil alongside me, Derek Walter. What a fun day of softball here early. Great way to start this after this game of this day of game. Pardon me.
Well, you talked about it. A 9-1 score looks lopsided. It wasn't though, right? Two runs in the second inning. 4 in the 5, 3 in the 7. A great softball game there till the very end. It got out of hand. Taylor ends the year 22-2. Westside 22-4. Great seasons for both schools. Like you said, talked about the championships for Taylor. What a historic program down in Taylor. We mentioned it once. This is Coach's first win as head coach here at Taylor. She's continued on. She talked about how nervous she was before the game coming in after a 4-peat. Now she adds to the 5-peat. Just a great performance overall from her team.
Taylor with an excellent win. Obviously, leading the charge was Ayla Buford in the circle, but the offense we talked about as well. Taylor wins 5 straight. If you're Westside, nothing to hang your head on again as well. You ran into a really good Taylor team. Things didn't quite go their way with runners in scoring position, and Taylor edged them out with a 9-1 win. I will say, for both of these teams, there's a lot to look forward to. Taylor especially with a freshman pitcher, but even Westside, a lot of underclassmen for both sides. These two teams are going to be good in the coming years as well. A lot to look forward to there.
No, we talked about it earlier. Underclassmen for both teams. Exciting future for both of them. The MVP obviously went to Buford on a great performance today.
Again, her final line, 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 run, no errors. Or no earned runs, pardon me, 3 walks and 8 strikeouts. The next game is the 1A baseball finals, Nema Vista and Taylor. Taylor baseball trying to win one as well as their softball team just won moments ago, 9-1 over Westside. And that game will be slated to start at 1 p.m. So be sure to tune in for that. But that's going to do it for us here in Benton. For my partner, Derek Walter, I'm JB Brazil saying so long. Here where Taylor took care of business. They win their 5th straight state title as they knock off Westside 9-1. And you've been watching the Centennial Bank 1A state softball final on Arkansas PBS Sports. So long.